Yeah, hello guys. So I think we'll start now. So are you able to hear me? Anyone can confirm?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay. So now we'll start. So yeah, hi guys. My name is Yash, and I am a third year computer science major. We'll be starting a 5-day Android workshop from today. Over the 5 days, we'll be learning about Java, and I think there will be no prereqs for this. The only prereqs that are required is basics of C. So basics of coding only is required. And apart from me, Mihir and Prakriti will also be there to help you. And if you're stuck at any point, you can ask them in the chat, or you can also switch on your mic and then ask. And one important thing that I would like to mention is, if at any point you think I'm going too fast or the explanation I gave was a typical one, stop me over there, and I will try to explain everything in layman form. So now coming to the today's session, we'll be covering basics of Java, followed by very basic Android app. So let's just get started now. Okay, I'll share my screen. I hope the screen is visible right now.
Yeah,
Can you please confirm in the chat? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So as we have to start with Java now, as you all have installed Java JDK by now, and some of you might have VS Code as well. And so basically, we have to start with Java basics. So for the sake of simplicity, we'll use some online editor or VS Code for learning Java. I have VS Code installed, and so these are some pointers that I made. So you guys can also work along. So if you don't have VS Code installed, what you can do is go to a site called repl.it. Just search on Google repl.it and open the first link that comes up. Okay. First, I guess you have to log in or make an account. So now you can make an account, and then I will continue. So what you have to do right now is click on new REPL, and it will ask you about what language you want to code in. So let's just say we want to code in Java. So here you want to import a name. Let's just say my first trial and create that REPL. I guess my dark reader is on. I'll switch it off. So what do you guys suggest? Should I switch on dark mode, or this white mode is fine for you? Okay, so for VS Code, do we need to install anything for Java? So if you don't have VS Code right now, I suggest you use REPL only. Are you guys following along? Okay, you have VS Code. Okay, then you can code in VS Code as well. So this is VS Code basically. Um, so in the extensions tab, you have to search for Java. This is for VS Code, guys. So if you don't have VS Code, you can click on REPL only and code over there. Follow along from there. If you want to do in VS Code, what you can do is search for Java in this, and this is extension pack. One is from Red Hat, and I guess this one's from Microsoft. So just install it. I already installed it, and so the button says install. That's why I can easily say that it's installed. And so you have to install this, and yeah, you can code in Java in VS Code as well. Okay, so can we start now? Like, have you all set up REPL or VS Code, whatever feels like? Okay, cool. So basically, we'll start with basic questions first. So what is Java? Java is object-oriented language. That's different from C. We'll see in a few minutes. Which means in Java, everything is an object. So the object-oriented behavior lets Java extend easily, and in some form or the other, it has a bigger hand over C. So like in some ways, C performs better. In some scenarios, Java performs better. So for Android, we use Java. So the first question pops up: why do we use Java for Android and not C and C++, which is more popular and many people are using that? So for that, I think there is no correct or wrong answer to this question. One reason can be that back when Android was introduced, its creators wanted to reach out as many developers they could. So like many people were used to code in Java back then. So one reason can be that, and another main important thing is that Java is platform independent. So what does platform independent mean? Um, okay, unlike C and C++, C and C++ are platform dependent. So platform independent means Java can run on any OS and it runs its codes through JVM. So what is JVM? JVM is Java Virtual Machine. Java Virtual Machine basically it can so on any OS, if JVM is present, it can run your code. This doesn't happen in C and C++. For C and C++, there are like few I would say barriers. For every OS, there is something different you have to configure to run that. So that isn't the case in Java. I guess you're following along right now. Okay, so I just Bro, you can say how to make account in Ripple. Okay, you want to make an account in Ripple. Okay. So I guess let's. Can I see a logout button over here? I guess I haven't logged in Chrome, so I will show you in that Ripple.it. See, so over here the sign up button is here. Click on sign up, and I'll go with Google. Click on any account. Let's just set this account. And you are entering the REPL now. So I think this is fine for you. Any other questions? Could you please repeat what do you do after making the REPL? Okay, that I'll be covering right now. I was just giving basics of Java and some questions. So now entering to the REPL. So first, what you have to do is you'll see a new button over here. Click on that. Click on Java and name anything like um, let's just type anything only. I create that REPL. So now here you can see this is basic Java code. You can run it from here. You don't have to understand all of these things right now. You can just run right now. So this is basic hello world in from Java. It's kind of different from C, but you can see that there's a main function which has this print line which says hello world. So here comes the hello world part. Okay. So now we'll start with Java basics. So first of all, as you all know what are functions. Okay, I will code in VS Code. You can follow on this. I like VS Code more, that's why. Okay, so first of all, the what are comments? All of you know comments. In Java, we put backslashes too, and then you can comment anything. So basically, what are functions? Functions basically they're a block of code which can perform some task. So in C, you have a main function like this void main, which runs your function, and this void can be int as well. In this, you have to return something, return 0. So this is the basic C format. And in Java, we also have this main function. See this main function, and you have public static void main void. So these are keywords. We'll be going through these after a while, but for now, let's just say main is the only function which runs our code. So that's the entry point to our code. So unlike C, every function has to be present in a class. So this is a class. So for example, you can make as many classes as you want. Let's just say class Yash and PSVM. So see, this is also a class, and you can make any number of functions you want. For example, let's just write int add, a function to add two numbers. Let's take in two input parameters, int a comma int b, and let's just return a plus b. So this is a function. So you can like add as many functions as you want in a class. So I think now the basics of class and function is clear to you. Okay. Can you guys please interact a little bit? Okay. Sorry, follow now. So next, um, coming to the basics of Java. So first of all, in C, what you have is printf, right? And you can do like %d and whatever goes in here. Let's just write and okay a. This is the basic syntax of C. In Java, what we have is system dot out dot print ln, and see this takes in this takes a string input. So we'll just write my name is Yash. And in VS Code, what you have to do is just click on F5 and the code will run. For REPL, this is the run button. So I showed you this is the hello world program, and see this my name is Yash pops up here. So next one, moving to the keyword types, we have int, double, string, and what else? We have long, and there are more keywords as well. So basically, we'll be using this one float as well. So let's just instantiate 2, 3. See, int I equals to 1, and if you want to print, I'll just use short forms pln. So this pops up, and you can type in I. So now when you click on F5, see my name is Yash is also printed and 1 is also printed. Moving on to string, let's just write string my name equals to Yash. Okay, you want okay. So now you can print this as well, pln name. This is how you instantiate. Okay, my name is my name. So this is how you instantiate variables and all. Now we'll go to converting variables. So first of all, we'll look into int to string. I hope you guys are following along. What is \n over here? Okay, backslash, where did I put? Okay, in Java you also have backslash n. So pln, let's just write my name is Yash \n, and this is your second line. So in the same form, you can use backslash n. Where are the first letter capital from system and string but not int? Okay, so that are basically keywords. I cannot like explain on that. It's just like the creators wanted it to be like that only. Please share these codes after the class. Yeah, I'll surely will share that. Anything else? What is public static void? We'll be covering those in later. Like after 5 minutes, we'll be covering that. That's basically those are basically keywords. We'll cover that. Anything else? Okay. So we were over here. We wanted to convert variables into string. So let's type a string x equals to 1. Okay, we want to int into string. Okay, we'll just write int x equals to 1. So this is our int. Now we want to convert into a string I to s. Let's just write this only. So this is basically int to string. So how you convert this is you type string, then you put a dot operator, then see all these functions pops up, and you take this one that's value of, and it takes an int as a parameter, and you can pass an x. So this is how you convert int into string. Okay. Now, now moving on, we'll see string into int. So string into is basically, it's the same thing. You just have to write integer dot parse int. See,
What is
int.
TOS?
Sorry, what is t? Where did I write t?
TOS.
Oh, it's
TOS.
basically variable name. You can name it anything. Let's just write dd. Anything you want.
Okay.
Like it's variable name only. Let's write t only.
Okay.
So now what we are doing is
Alright.
we are doing string to int. So in the same way we did for string, we did string dot value of x, and x was an integer. So in this we'll just do string x equals to string p equals to 1. So this is our string and integer dot parse int p. So now this r variable, this is form of int. We converted this string that is 1 into an integer. So that's how you do string into int. So in the same way, there will be float and double to int, and there are many things like they form this. There is also form same way. One different thing is it's similar to C when you do double to int. So basically, we are looking at double to int. So you just have to instantiate it. Double. Let's just double DOUB equals to 2.5. Double are basically float values only. So now you want to change this to int. So let's just write double to int. Instantiate with two brackets int and then write double over here. And now when you print this line, double to int, see, it will be int only.
So here we are just typecasting, right?
This is typecasting only, and this is something different from C. That's why I wanted to mention.
Okay, thanks.
So
It
this
will,
was 2.5.
it will truncate the values.
It will truncate the values. Yes. So there are also so there is a math library in Java, same as C. It has C, floor, and some other things. You can look into that into documentation. So I won't be covering that. That's basic stuff only. So let's just remove these print
Yash?
lines.
Yeah, Prakhar this side. Do सब sort है ना? Do you need anybody to help you out? Yeah, if this is fine. I just got free, so I was asking.
एक बार मिहिर को पूछ ले if he can come into chat and थोड़ा देख ले.
Sure, I'll call him up. Cool. वैसे एक बात बता, अभी जावा ही कर रहा है ना? So if somebody with Java knowledge also comes in, that's fine.
हाँ चलेगा. जावा किसी को भी आती हुई चलेगा. Anyone.
Oh, cool. I'll get back to you. ठीक.
Okay. So anything you have, any doubts you have right now, you can ask. Unmute yourself. Okay. We'll move on then.
No doubt.
Okay. Next we come to arrays. So for arrays, this is the basic syntax. Int two square brackets array equals to new. So basically, when you type in a new data structure, when you instantiate a new data structure, you have to use the keyword new. So that's something different from the int 5. So this is basically an array with 5 elements. So now let's suppose we want to fill in the values. So for that we'll run a for loop int I equals to 0. I is less than, for getting the length of the array dot length and I plus plus. That's how you do it. Okay, what's the problem here? Okay, this one int I equals to 0. Duplicate. Okay, we used I earlier as well, so let's just comment it. Where is I? So now it's fine. And now you want to put in the values into array. Let's just write array I, take the index of that array, and let's just put I into 2. And now when you print this array, see, you will get something different. You won't get, okay, what's the, I don't know. See, now you get, now what you get is an address of the array. So if you want to print the array, you have to run the loop again. So you can connect through C, I guess. In C we have pointers in the same way Java we don't have pointers. Pointers are uh, point, as in what I mean to say is point. What I mean to say, there are no pointers in Java. They are handled in backend only. There are there are some libraries in Java pre-built. Those handles pointer in themselves. So now, if you want to print the print array, what you will do is pln array at I. Now running this, see, now the array is printed. So let's just write some functions in Java.
Can you go through the array once more? The
Okay.
array part.
Yeah, I guess I messed up. Okay, so first of all, what you have to do is instantiate an array. So this is how you write the code for an array to declare an array. So it's an array, it's a new keyword. Like whenever you want to declare an array or any data structure, you have to use a new keyword. And the length of an array is 5. So it will be like you can put in 5 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 5 elements.
So that's the format to make an array.
That's a format to make an array.
Okay.
And after that, what we are doing is we are putting in values based on our I. So we are iterating from I equals to 0 to the length of the array. Then what is the length of the array over here? The length of the array is 5 only. So this is the length of the array. So we are iterating through length of the array and putting in values over here. And then as I showed, if you directly print the array, you will get address of that. You can connect these through pointers in C. Like, have you done pointers in C right now? Till now?
Yeah, we are doing it right now.
So Java handles them in libraries only. So you don't have to write pointers. So that's a good part about Java. Many people will like Java because of this point only. Like pointers are a bit hard, and even I feel pointers are hard.
Yeah.
So I prefer Java only, Java or Python. So if you want to print an array, what you do is you run the loop again and print every individual character from that.
So iterate through the length.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so we'll now use functions to make 2-3 functions. Let's just write the return type. For now, let's write public. I know you don't know what public and static are, but for the sake of timing, let's just write static. Int. This is the return type, and we'll add 2 numbers. This is int a, int b, and we'll return a plus b. If you want to use a function now, pln, this is how you print the return value of the function. Put in add and add 2 parameters. Let's just write 3 and 5. So what will be the output? The output should be 8 only. Okay, let's just comment this one so there are no confusions. See, now what you see is 8. This is how you use functions in Java. So I guess functions, this much is enough for you guys to know how functions in Java work. What I want to mention now is try catch block. So basically, whenever you try to divide, let's just say, whenever you try to divide 1 by 0, this will throw an exception, as this is not possible only, as it gives infinite. So for that case, what you can do is put your code in try and catch block. So this will catch every exception or error you have generated in your code. Catch an exception E. Let's just say the exception is E and try to divide this PLN 1 by 0. So as you all know, this will generate an exception and we can catch this in this block. Whatever exception is generated, we catch in this block. So we can just like print the exception over here and try to run this. Now the exception will be printed over here. See, this okay. Java dot arithmetic exception. So this is arithmetic exception. There are many other exceptions as well, like null pointer. And I can't think of many of them right now. But like this is how you catch exceptions. So I'll just address some doubts over here. Isn't Kotlin also a very good language for Android? Yeah, Kotlin is also a very good language, and right now, after 2018, mostly people are using Kotlin only because that's easier to understand, work with. But as you guys also will be learning Java in college, so we'll be doing Java only. How about Flutter? So Flutter is totally different, and it's a cross-platform. It's a cross-platform framework, and for the we'll be hosting a Flutter workshop as well in December, I guess. December is right now only after a month. So just to catch up, what have we done till now? Okay, we just have seen some code snippets from Java and nothing else. You can follow along right now as well. Yeah, hi Rishika. So now Rishika will be addressing all the doubts in chat. Okay. Moving on to the next thing. So now we are moving to the part where C and Java are totally different. Let's just uh, remove all this code. PSVM. So we have this main function setup. Now we'll see OOP concepts. So basically what I told you is Java is object-oriented language. That's the basic difference between C and Java. Java is object-oriented. So what is object-oriented? As I told you, everything in Java is object. So you know what class is. I'll just address what public is. Okay, this keyword. So basically it is an access modifier which can be accessed anywhere in any of the class. So as I told you, you can make as many classes as you want. Let's just write mobile. This is a class for mobile, and public int equals to 5. Public static. Okay, what's the error? Syntax error int after this token. Okay, that's not how you instantiate public methods, public variables, but like public is basically an access modifier which can be accessed anywhere. We'll see about that in a few moments. And what is the static? For now, just remember that static is a keyword used for memory management. Basically, it has some value for each instance of class. For example, let's just write car over here. So class is car, and we instantiate something like this: public static int speed limit equals to 200. So now it doesn't show error. So for a particular car, the speed limit has to be fixed. So that's how you instantiate constant methods in Java. So use static method followed by the variable type and just write 200 or whatever the maximum speed limit. So basically, this is a constant variable which cannot be changed later. Variable. So I think now you know what static is. And one thing to another thing to mention is why is this main method static? So you compiler has to call this method from outside. Like whenever this is the entry point to a Java code. So compiler has to call this code from outside. Like compiler doesn't know which So, okay, Java is a bit difficult to explain. So, I will explain basics only. So basically, compile whenever your Java code, you run your Java code, compiler sees where the main method is, and it has to be static. Because if it's not static, how do I explain this? Rishika, can you explain this in a bit better form?
Explain what?
Why do we use static in Java? So basically, that's for memory management, and you guys can Google it. That this thing is actually pretty hard to explain. I know what it is, what does it do, but it's hard to explain. You can just type in static in
See,
Java.
static, as far as I know, basically means that if, say, if a variable is static or a function is static, it cannot be changed. It remains the same.
That's why I told. Static functions are constant. Static functions and static variables, of these are constants. So if you want to like go into some deeper sections, you can directly Google on Google
I
it.
guess you could say that it's similar to the keyword const in C.
That's what I wrote over here. This is constant variable.
Yeah, exactly.
So now public and static are clear, I guess. A bit clear. I don't think you will be able to catch up on them in one day. But as you code along, you'll see that these things do make change. Like these actually matter. Now moving on to OOP concepts. Any doubts till now? You can unmute yourself. Okay, then we'll move forward. Now OOP concepts. So okay, for OOP concepts, let's just write another class. Let's just say it's car class. And what so car will have some attributes. What type of attributes will it have? Let's just say one is string, the type of the car. What type of car is it? Like, is it a sedan? Is it a hatchback? Or what else do we have? We have SUV as well. So this is the type of car. And what other attributes can it have? String color of the car. And let's just put in one more string control. So what is control? Let's just say it's automatic. It can be automatic as well as it can be manual. So these are the attributes of a car. A car can have many attributes like the number of tires. Okay, all cars have four. Let's just suppose some cars have three. So it can have a bunch of attributes. We'll just type in three only over here for the sake of simplicity. Now moving on to one another important thing, that is constructor. So whenever you make make a new object out of class, this method is called at first. So what is a constructor? Constructor is a block of code that initializes the newly created object. So when an object is created, it will initialize it first. Then you can work on your object. I'll just type in some code. This is constructor. This is how you write constructors, and you can write print anything over here. Car object. Okay, let's just write a new car object is created. This is how you generate classes in Java. And if you want to make an object, moving on to the main method, we'll write car. Same as int. What we do in int is int x equals to 1. So in the same way, car is also a type. We'll type car and name the variable as car only. Let's just write CRR car. And we type in new attribute and it's car. So this is how you make a new object in Java. So when you run it, okay, what are the errors? Class car is already defined. Where is it defined? Okay, I guess it's defined in some other class. Let's just copy code over here, go to REPL. Actually, that's my working directory and I have a lot of classes, so that's why it isn't running. So when you run this public class workshop, okay, let it be main only, copy class car and copy this line. No, I guess it will work. Yeah, it worked. Okay, see, a new car object is created.
Can you send the code in the chat box?
Yeah, wait. You can directly copy into REPL. I'll go through the code once again. So what we did is we made a class named car. It has some attributes. It has a type, control, color, and control. And whenever you make a new object of this class, first of all, the constructor is called. So constructor is basically it basically is a block of code which initializes the newly created object. So you can see we did nothing. We just created an object, and this is the function that is called. That's called automatically. So you can see a new car object is created. So that's the work of constructor. You can have another thing. You can have variables. So these are variables of a class. Variables, or let's just say attributes. You can also have methods in this class. So let's suppose we want to make car. We want to make a car whose name is let's just write what is the name of car, EcoSport. The color of the car will be black, and the control will be automatic. I don't think it comes in automatic, but let's just write EcoSport black and automatic. So we create a method to initialize initialize these things into our attributes, like to set these attributes. We'll type in void set car details. It takes 3 parameters. One is string type, another one is string color, another one is string control. So it takes in 3 attributes. And now I'll show you this keyword. So this is basically a keyword. I mean, this is a keyword. So what is this? So this is a class and it has some attributes. So this keyword, what it means is when you type in this dot type, so this whole code refers to this variable. Like when you set, so this is a construct. So what is happening over here? You call this method set car details from over here to the new car object, and then this type, the attribute is set with this type. Let's just write T over here so that there are no confusions. I'll just code it, then explain. Copy in these as well, control, and let's just write color and control, CONT. I'm naming the variables different so that there are no confusions. I'll go through the code once again. So this is a new car object, and how do you set details of this car? What you do is you instantiate car, put in a dot operator, and then you type in set car details. You type in this, and it takes 3 parameters. So one is the type of the car. Let's just say type of the car is sedan, and color is black, and the control is automatic. So we'll run it for once, and now the car details will be set to this. Now what you can do is, if you want to get the type of this car, let's suppose this is an object and you want to get the type of this car, what the type of the car is. So we'll write, let's just write copy from your system println. So now we want to know the type of the car. We'll just write car dot, and referencing this variable that is type car.type. We'll just type it here and now we'll run. Okay, so now it says it is a car of type sedan. So I was walking you over through this keyword. So whenever a new car object is created, okay, because first of all constructor is called, and but in the construct you can set the variables in constructor as well. But for the sake of this example, we have used a method that is set car details. So this keyword refers to this type of the car, and whatever you pass in sedan, it goes over here and sets this variable for this car type. You can have many car types. Car equals to, let's just say car 2, new car. So this is another object of the class, and what you can do is you can copy this thing car 2. This is another object, and let's just write SUV. Now when you get the type of this car, it will be SUV. So what we are doing is we are passing in strings from here, and we are setting to these variables, and then it is like showing the type of the car and all things. So now it says SUV, and again a new car object has been created. So that's how constructor and attributes work together. If you have any doubts, like tell me right now.
I didn't understand the concept of this dot type, like this. What's
Okay,
this?
okay, you want to know about this keyword, okay. So basically, see, this is a car class. Car class is basically a container. It can, so it allows you to create as many cars as you want. You can have sedans, hatchbacks, SUVs, and many other types of cars. We can even, like, let's just say we add one other attribute, string name. So let's just say you own a Hyundai workshop, and you have so many cars. You have different, so cars have different names. So this is a container. This is like the blueprint of the car. And when you want to make a new car, you pass in SUV details. Okay, I'm saying that this is an SUV. So so how does the blueprint know that this is a SUV car? What you do is you refer to this variable. Like this variable refers to car class. Okay, what you're passing over here is a string. This is how do I explain this? Rishika, can you help here as well?
So what this basically means is it basically refers to that particular, like for example, in class car, when you're writing this dot type equals t, this dot color, it means that it's the parameter that it's referring to, parameter of that particular class, so that there's no confusion. Now, let's say, for example, instead of passing string t, string color, and string cont, in case those variable names were type and color and control, basically the same as the parameter, then how would you differentiate it to the compiler, right? So that's why you're setting this dot type equals type. So this dot type basically differentiates that particular variable as being a parameter of that particular class.
So
Is it
guys, is
like
it clear
making
now?
an object in C++?
Sorry?
Is it like using making an object and using it in C++?
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, it's the same thing. And in C we have struct struct. Like it's not the same thing, but we can compare those.
The only difference between structures and classes is in structures you have only structure members, but in classes you have structure members and you can have functions. That is the only difference.
So as we have one over here, set card detail. This is a function. In C you cannot have these. Anything else? You can write in chat as well if you want. Okay, we'll move forward then. Okay. So as I mentioned earlier, I said that Java is extended easily. Let's now consider a scenario where we want to make an app similar to Flipkart. Let's suppose you work in Flipkart and you want to make the application for it, Android application for it. Now in Flipkart, I'll just write some points. Flipkart. Now in Flipkart, you have so many products, like you have millions and millions of products. So let's just define product over here. What is a product? So what all attributes does a product have? It will have a product ID for sure. It will have a name. It will have some price, and it has some brand as well. So our motive here is to prove that Java can be extended easily. Okay, so this is a product type. We'll define a class for product, and these are some attributes which a product will have. Now, this is the basic blueprint of a product. Now in Flipkart, you will have so many different type of products as well. For example, you will have a speaker, so many speakers. You will have televisions. You will have mobile phones, and let's just write. You'll have baskets as well. So the list goes to infinity. There can be so many products. So let's just type what a speaker class looks like. Speaker. Speaker class will have all these attributes as it's a product only. Speaker is a product, and it will have some other attributes as well. Like it will have a type, like it's wireless or is it wired. Another thing can be size. Let's just suppose it's big and small, like medium also. And we'll have another, let's just type brand. This is another attribute, brand. Let's just write base over here to be very specific. Like, is it boosted or is it normal? So what I want to make you understand here is speaker is also a product which has these attributes in addition. Like this is the base product class, and speaker is a product which will have these extra attributes as well. Let's just type one another. So to clear confusion, mobile. This is a mobile class. Mobile will contain all these attributes. Mobile is a product as well, and so some things to mention. It will have RAM, it will have OS, and it is memory. So when you see, this is how you instantiated your class car. So these are the variables, and this is the code that goes in over here. Now if you want to come up with a solution for Flipkart, you will have so many classes. You will have class for speaker, class for mobile, class for baskets, class for TVs, and you will be repeating this code say over and over again. And you know the fact that these all are products. So what you can do is we can easily say that mobile is a product. First of all, mobile is a product, and then it will have different attributes. It can have different attributes. So Java, what it does is it reduces your code. You can reduce your code in Java very easily. So let's just type in class product. It will have some attributes like string, product ID. Let's just write PID. String name, string. Let's just write double price. Double price. The price of what is the price of the product. Then string brand. These all are the attributes that a product will have. Typing in the constructor. So basically constructor, as I told you, it's the first method that is called when you make a new object of this class. So whenever you instantiate a new product, this is the first block of code which will execute. So this is how you write a constructor product. And let's just again copy this line. A new product object is created. Now Now talking about the real scenario over here, what I wanted to actually mention, let's just say class mobile. This is another class which extends product. So what this line exactly means? This means mobile is a product which will have different attributes, some different attributes, but basically it's a, in first place it's a product. So it's a type of product. So this is how you reduce the code. I'll show you right now. Let's just, instead of mobile, let's just write speaker. As I told you, there will be some different attributes. Type in a few things. String type, the type of the speaker, and int base level. Base level as in 0 or 1. You can say that 0 means boosted and 1 means it's not boosted, it's like normal. And typing the same thing, constructor for this. We'll just write speaker over here. And so what we did here is speaker has all these attributes as well. Apart from having these two attributes, speaker is a product and it has these attributes as well. So if you didn't write extend over here, let's say, you will have these attributes, like these 4 attributes and these 2 attributes as well. So you are repeating your code again and again, and you are making your business problem a very large one. So for this, we use extends. I hope this is clear. All this is clear right now. Any doubts? I think it's for inheritance. Yes, this is inheritance of the class only. Yeah, as Rishika mentioned, if you don't define a constructor, then the compiler will automatically initialize your class member with default values. So, for example, I guess I missed one point. You can have you can initialize your variables here also. String name. So in constructor, we can pass in some values. String value, string name. Let's just write name. If we forget, like if you don't add this thing, the string name in a constructor, this name will be automatically given to your variable. Like, you get the point. If you explicitly don't add a name to the class, this is the default name that will be added. So this is basically default values only. So that's what Rishika meant, and that's a big point also. I missed over that. Anything else? So guys, are you understanding the point of extends over here? Okay. Okay, then we'll
If we don't the constructor, if we don't want to print anything out on the output terminal, so if we still need to call the constructor, like we need to make
see
a constructor, or it
okay, I
would be
get the
okay if we
question.
don't. Yeah.
Okay, I get the question. So constructor is called automatically by Java. So whenever you have a new class, okay, this one. Let's just for once comment this out and move to the previous one. So this is the block of code which automatically Java runs. Remove the name from here. And as I showed you, this is a method. So what we are doing through the method is we are setting our values of this car object through this method. Like we have explicitly defined a method set car details. You can have that in constructor as well. We'll just copy this code. We'll type in here, and as I told you, this code can come over here as well. See constructor. Now the things will change a little bit. Now, as you all know, whenever this car object is created, first of all, constructor will be called. Java calls that automatically inside. Okay. So now if you try to run this, okay, and let's just print as well. So this throws a error. this says that string required. What does this mean is, in this constructor you have type like, you want the type from user, color of the class, and what is this, control of the class. So what we have done here is, while making the object, you have to pass some values over there only. Let's just type SUV, and color of the class will be black, and the what is control is automatic. See, now it will work. I'll explain this after it runs. Wait. See, now it runs fine, totally fine. So as I told you, constructor is the first block that runs whenever you make a new object. So you can, instead of having this, you can have, instead of having this block before, like explicitly defined method which is set card details, you can have this as well. You can pass in values in constructor, and it will set the values for you. So that's how constructor basically works. Anything else? Can you go through constructor again? Okay. Do I need to go through again, or like it's clear? Okay. Is it clear for everyone? Constructor is clear, right? Okay. Fine. Total good. We'll just get rid of this only, car class. Uncommon this, what we had previously. So walking through the example again, we have a product class, and the speaker class extends product. What this means is, speaker is a product only. So basically it's a child to parent relationship. Speaker is a child of product class, you can say that. And it has two extra attributes that product doesn't have. And you can have many classes like, see, let's just copy this. Let's just say this is basket. Basket is also a product. Basket will have color property. Basket will have size property. And a new product object is product name. It's like basket object. A new basket object is created. A new speaker object is created. So now what we have done is, let's go to the main method, and instead of car, we'll say speaker. The name will be speaker. And as here you can see that, let's just delete this. As you can see here, constructor doesn't take any values in it, so we don't have to pass anything over here. What I want to show here is, just a second. See, first of all, a new product object is created, and then a new speaker object is created. What we did here is, we made an object for speaker. So first of all, as I told you, speaker is child of product. So first of all, the parent class will be called, and this object will be created. I mean, like, these values will be set for that object, and after that the speaker constructor works. So this is how the flow goes on. Like, first of all, a product is created, and then a speaker is created. It's not like it's directly creating a speaker. First of all, this code works, and then this code works. This is how parent to child relationship works in Java. I hope you're getting all this. Okay, is it clear? Okay, moving forward. Let's just again type in. Let's just again type in some methods. Void set product details. It will take string. Let's just decrease some variables. The code will be very long then. And yeah, okay. So first of all, it takes a PID. and it takes a double price. Double price. Now what we'll do is we'll set these variables with what we have passed over here. So for the sake of simplicity, we'll just write price and ID. So this dot PID, referring to this variable of the class, this dot PID equals to the ID that we have passed through our method. And in the same way, this dot price equals to P. So that's the method for this class. And again, we'll have same method over here as well. Set more speaker details. Set speaker details. It will have a string type and it will have a base level. This dot type is type and this dot base level is base level. So this code is basically the copy of the previous example. There is nothing new over here. So what we did is we made a new method, set product details, and in the same way we made another method which is set speaker details. So when you call a speaker, you can do this. First of all, speaker. If we come over here, wait, do we have, okay, speaker dot set speaker details, or we can also set product details as well here. Set product details. So speaker, as speaker is child of product, and speaker is yeah, any doubts?
Your spelling for speaker is wrong.
Sorry?
Your spelling for speaker is wrong.
Okay.
It will give error.
SPAA. Okay, thank you for that. And as the speaker is child of this product class, you can access these both, like this set speaker details as well and set product details as well. So first of all, we'll set product details. What all attributes this set product details have? String ID. We'll just type in a random ID. This is some random ID. And apart from that, we have a double the price of the product on the 1500. And now the speaker, and now let's just write one method over here. Get, okay, let's just write print speaker details. This is another method which will access to get all the values that are instantiated over here. Print speaker details, and what we'll do is we'll copy this print line. See, this print line is really like it's very large to print large to type every time, so that's why I did this. This dot type, this dot base level, this dot ID, this dot price. And now when you run this speaker dot, you access this one, print speaker details, and hopefully this will print all the details. Let's just see. Okay, there is no P over here. Sorry for that. See, right now it shows null and zero. Why does it show null and zero? Because we have set the product details for this. We haven't explicitly typed the values for type and the base level. We'll just copy this method into the product class as well and print product details. Now speaker, and instead of printing the speaker details, we'll print the product details. This dot base level, why is it showing there? Okay, sorry, I'm so sorry. We don't have to use this over here. Sorry.
ID and yeah.
Thanks for mentioning that. And now we have this. Okay, what's the error?
For product details, I think you should use the PID.
Okay. I copied that. That's why the error comes. Product, price. Now we have this. See, now as we saw here, we set the product details at the first line, and we didn't explicitly set details for speaker in the second line. So that's why the details for speaker are null and 0, but the product details of this speaker is this ID and the price of this. Okay, so that's how the function works. And if we want to set the detail for this as well, like how do I say this? First of all, are there any doubts till now? Any doubt like this keyword public or anything? Anything that you don't understand?
Can you just show where you're calling the set product detail and all? We're calling it in the main class function only.
See, this is the entry point of the Java code that we are writing. This is the main class, and this is the main method. This class doesn't have to be named main only. You can name it anything. Depends on the name of the file. For example, if a file name is, let's say, speaker, then the class will be speaker, and it has to be public. So one other thing to mention, there are public classes as well in Java. So in each file, you can have only one public class. So that's the thing that Java specifies. Like you have to follow these rules. So there can be this can be public. See, now you run it. So in one file, you can only have one public class. Public is accessible everywhere. In another files, you can also access this code.
So we call all the other objects we make within the public class.
See, now if you make this public, it will probably throw an error. See, public class speaker extends product, and this says that two classes cannot be public in same file.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that's one thing to mention.
Can we access the variables of product inside the child, like the speaker? Can we access?
We can do that. Instead of typing in the code, can I show you what I prepared? It's getting very long for you guys as well. See, Android, okay, Studio. This is Studio code, okay. See, this is what I prepared for this class. See, this is the product class. I'll just zoom out a little bit. This is product class, the same code, the set product details, and this is print my product details, the same code that we have written over there. Then we have a speaker class with extends product. It has two types, and a speaker and set product details, the same things. And what you can do is see, okay, ID. And we have this print my product details over here. We can run this class right now. Let's just run it over here only. Just a second. I'll comment out everything else. See, what we did here is, this is set product details of mobile. It is mobile class in. Okay, I made the speaker mobile only. I named the variable as mobile. That should have done this speaker. So what? So this is how this is the first line where we create an object of the speaker. Okay, in the next line we have set product details. In the set product details, see, this is set product details. You can set the product details in child class as well. Like what you mentioned, you can. So I will mention here only. That's a bit difficult to understand from there. What you can do is set speaker details. You can also do this dot id. Like you can set directly the parent attributes from here as well, equals to string id, comma, another one is double price. So these are all the variables that our function takes in, and you can directly set them from here, id, and this dot price equals to price. So from the child class and the function from the child class, you can directly set the variables to its parent as well. You'll see right now, set speaker details. This is set speaker details. Okay, we had base level. See, first of all, we have type in set speaker details. Let's just remove this as well. Speaker dot set speaker details. What all we have in this? First of all, we have type. What can be the type of speaker? Let's just write big, maybe. I don't know. And base level, let's just write one. It's base boosted. Another one is ID, some random ID. And another one is double the price. Okay, the cost is 1500 rupees. Okay, there are no errors. And this is how you set variables that are mentioned in the parent class from the child class method. You get the point, right? This is the child class. This is the method in the child class. And what you're doing is you are setting these variables that are present in parent class from the child class method. So that's how we do it. Can we change or give values to parent attributes? That's what I mentioned right now. See, it works totally fine. A new product object is created and blah blah and blah blah. And now what you do is, if you want to see the details right now, we can directly type in set speaker details. And we can also do this print this one. Okay, speaker dot. That's how you access an object. Speaker dot. So now all the things should be printed to the console. See, set speaker details. We set big one and this ID and this number, and we can get all these values from these two methods. That's how you do it. Also, one else. Is there anything else should we mention, Rishika? Are you there? I think basics of Java ends over here, and we can move to Android right now. And that's really more fun than learning Java. Rishika, anything you want to add?
No, dude. I think you've covered most of it.
So, guys, you have any doubt till now from this example, or like the example I mentioned earlier? This one, like the basics are clear, right? You have int, double, and how you set. Where is that code? Okay, how you define an array, how you define an int, string, and all that. That's clear, right? Anything specific you want to learn again? Any one of you? Okay, is it fine? So can we move to Android right now? Okay, sure. And guys, I think I want a 3 minutes break right now. So we'll get after 3 minutes. We'll get back after 3 minutes. Is it okay?
Can you just share the VSC code once?
Yeah, I'll share
Just put it in the
that.
chat. Yeah.
So we'll connect at 6:25 again. Is it fine? You guys
Yeah.
can also have a break.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'll share the code. I'm sharing the repo link as well. I think you will be able to access it. Just try to like click on it and see.
Hello, brother.
Yeah.
Can I ask something?
Yeah, yes. Ask.
So, for every class we create, we need to, construct it, right?
Yeah. So constructor is called on its own. Like Java calls it from inside only.
Okay. Thank you, brother.
Okay. Yeah, hello guys again. We'll wait for one another minute so that everyone can join again. And now I'll say that the boring part is over and now we move to Android. We'll like legit make Android apps from now. Yeah, so as I told you, whatever the name of a file is, like for example, your file name is main in capitals. Let's say I'm in capital and AIN in smalls. So for public class to be defined, uh, so for whatever class you have, whatever class the main method, let's suppose in your main class you have your main method. So am I presenting right now? Okay, where's the code? So let's suppose the name of a file is main, and this is a class. And as I told you, there can be only one public class in a file, and the public class. Okay. So see, the right now the name of the file is workshop.java. You can see it from here. See, the name of the file is workshop.java. Workshop.java. Okay. But if you want to like mention public and if you want to define this class as public, the name of the class has to be related to name of the file only. Workshop. We have okay, public class workshop is already defined. So this is some VS Code bug. I would not call it a bug. I have some other class as well, some other file as well, which is name workshop, or like there is some class which is name workshop. That's why it won't work. But in REPL, you can see that it will surely work. So the name of the file is main, and the name of the public class is also main. That's why it runs. Now we'll name it. Let's say H main. We'll just change the name a little bit, and now the function will now the Java code won't run. It will throw errors. That's the basic part of it. So can we start Android right now? Are you guys like ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. So I'll search just like Android. I hope most of you, like every one of you, have installed Android. For those who haven't installed Android right now, like don't be afraid. We'll be just making some one small app only, and we'll cover more like detailed topics from tomorrow onwards. The path argument must be of type string receive type object. I'm getting this error. The path argument must be string. Path argument must be string. So are you getting this in REPL or like VS Code? So even I don't know what this error is. What you can do is like as I'm doing, just copy whatever it is, and the first site that will pop up is Stack Overflow. So so basically this is the best site for developers. Either you're a web developer, Android or iOS, any developer. So there are a lot of questions that are asked over here from the community, and many people, like many experienced people, those are like those who have 10 to 20 years of experience. They have installed, as in they have answered to all these questions. So you can like refer from here. And if still it shows error, I'll get back to you tomorrow because I will have to also see what the error is. So I hope this helps. Class main is public, should be declared in a file named main.java. I'm getting this error in REPL. So that's why I told you, know, this is main class, and uh, the name of the file is main, the class is also main. So that's why it runs. Can we like start Android right now? I mean, these errors, you got the basic point of Java, right? Yeah. So if you know the basic point of Java, then like errors will figure out later, or you can figure out yourself from Stack Overflow. So this is Android Studio. I'll just close my project. Close project. So when you open Android Studio, this window pops up at the first time. So can we start like okay? So what we do here is we start a new Android Studio project. So you won't be seeing this option in your computer. I also like to develop Flutter apps, and those are like really easy, and uh, that's a bit advanced, I would say. So we'll be covering that in January. I'll be taking another workshop for Flutter, and that's really awesome. and Rishika will be also taking the Flutter workshop, and she's like the head of DSC for Flutter. So you won't be seeing this option. I added it externally. What you have to do is click on start a new Android project. So these are all activities. So this is navigation draws in most of the apps. For example, in LinkedIn also, in Instagram also, you have these navigation draws. You don't have it in Instagram, but like in LinkedIn, you can see there is a navigation drawer. Some apps do have these bottom navigation activities. This is basic activity, empty activity. Some like Google Maps, there's on the first page only, like Uber, Ola, these have maps in them in the first page only. This is login activity. Like you have a lot of activities over here. What we'll do is, as we are starting from the basics, we'll select empty activity. We'll click on next. So now it asks what the application name has to be. Let's just write, I'll write DSC Android, ANDROID 1. I'll just write that. You can name it anything, like your first app, like my first app, anything you want. So now the language is Java and Kotlin. There are two options. We'll be going with Java. And this is the minimum SDK. So see, when you open this tab, you can see like all the Android versions from here, like Oreo, Pie, Nougat, Marshmallow, Lollipop. I would say that go with API 21. There are many new functions that has been added to Android after API 21. So it's better to go with API 21. You can go with previous versions as well. Like don't go with newer ones like 22, 23. See, what I do is now I click on 25. Now it says that the app will run approximately on 66% of the device. So it says that in all of the world, there are only 66% of the devices that will be able to run your app, because many phones still work on Lollipop and all right now. But see, Lollipop is the safest choice, I would say. Why is it the safest choice? Because it runs on 94% of the devices, and as well as like there are many new functions that has been added after API 21. So that's the best choice, I would say. Let's just do API 21. Click on finish. Now it's loading the project, and if you are like, if you're opening the Android Studio for first time, it will take a lot of time to build some things. See, this is the build Gradle. I'll walk through what build Gradle and all these files are, but like this is the basic setup that any Android project has to complete. Okay, let's just talk about the file. I hope you all have made a project by now. Anyone can confirm?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, totally good.
It's still loading.
Okay, it will
It's
load.
still loading.
While it's still loading, you can see my screen, and I'll just walk through what all these things mean. Okay. So first of all, you see there's this tab. You can move to project level, or you can move to Android. What we really care about is here is Android folder. So if it's set to project over here, you have to set it Android. So this is the basic structure for any Android application. So just click on Android if it's project over there. So first of all, what we have is manifest file. When we open this, this is so basically this is some code that is written to launch our app. So let's suppose what all type of code goes in here. For example, let's suppose you are making WhatsApp clone. So it will use some permissions. What are the permissions? It will have internet permissions, okay, and WhatsApp. It can also take location services. So like location, access background location, access course location. These are some points that are different. We'll just go with background location. We're not coding WhatsApp right now. I'm just showing that whatever permission your app has to take, you have to declare it from here. Without declaring, the app won't work, or like it will throw errors that you didn't even give the permission and still you are using these. So that's why the app won't work. So manifest files, you type in permissions for your app over here. Moving on to the Java folder. Okay, so this is the like base Java class that we get. So as I showed you, inheritance. So main activity. So this is some class called main activity. It extends some things from app on part activity. This is what Android team gives you. So it has many, like when you click hold control on your keyboard and hover over it and then click it. So now you can see that this is the app on part activity that Android team has given you. So there are many things, many things that. So that's the plus point of inheritance. Like they have given you some code which you don't have to write again and again and again. So we'll just extend it and we'll use all the features from this class into our main activity. So that's the basic idea of extends keyword. That's why I showed you all that mobile and speaker classes. So in normal Java, what we had is main class. In main activity, we have on create method. So this is the first method that is called in Java. It's main, and in Android it is on create. So there's a little bit of difference, nothing more. And this is super on create. For now, you can like skip it. You don't have to read about it. And I'll talk about this one, this line over here. Set content view. This one. So your app also has some UI. Okay. So this is the UI of your app. So this is the first, I would say this is the first screen that shows up, and whatever logic goes in here, see, you can make for example, if you want to make WhatsApp, you will have this kind of container over here, which will have WhatsApp written over it. You will have different tabs, you will have different list views and all. So whatever the UI has goes in this layout. Okay, I'll show you how to create this layout and how to connect these. So basic UI goes in here. For example, hello world. This is a text view. Okay. And if you want to like, so you can, what you can do is you can type in static data over here. Let's just click on hello world. I'll get back to the chat once again, but just like you can see what I am doing here. So you can, over here, the panel opens attributes. This is the attribute panel. So you can write like static things over here. Let's just write this thing and it will pop up here. Okay, why didn't it pop? See, now you can see that this thing appears over here. So the idea is that in XML, this is XML. Most of you might have done HTML and CSS and JavaScript, basics of it only, and Anant and Ishit might have gone through them. So what HTML is to JavaScript, HTML is for basic pages like static pages. XML is to Java. So whatever logic you have to write, you have to write in this file. That is this main activity class. And whatever the HTML side is part of it, like the static part of it, goes in XML. So that's the basic structure of XML and this Java file. So what is this line? Set content view r.activity dot. So this is the name of our activity. See, we call it XML. See, these both combined, this file and this file. Both when combined, we call it an activity. See, you can have many activities. For example, in Instagram, you have basically three activities in the front page. You have the camera portion, you have the main page, and on the right side you have the chat panel. So these are three activities linked through each other, and when you swipe them, you open them. So that's how activities work. So the UI part, when the camera opens, you have to like make the UI over here for camera, and whatever code goes in comes here. And this is the line which connects both these UI and the Java code, which makes it reactive, I would say. So that line, this line sets this activity to this Java file. I hope this is clear right now. Okay, what something Dhruv has written. I'll be deploying my Android app on Android Lollipop smartphone. Would that be an issue? No, yeah, you can do it on anything. It's just that if you select Lollipop, previous versions won't be able to run your app. As I showed you, like API 21, If you select API 21, API 18 phone won't be able to run your app. It will throw errors. But API 22 and 25 and 28, 29, those will run properly. So that's the basic structure. And moving on to this res folder. First of all, let's just see what build Gradle scripts are. So Gradle basically is a build system. So whenever you try to see, this is the run option. Whenever you make an app, you write some code, you make some UI, you click on this. So what goes behind this run button, Gradle handles that on its own. So speaking broad in a broad way, build.gradle are scripts where one can automate the tasks. So someone has automatically written some tasks for you so that you can easily run them. Otherwise, you will have to write a lot of code to even run this Android device, Android app. So that's
Can you
what.
repeat that? Can you repeat that again?
Okay, I'll repeat that. So basically, what is Gradle? I hope you're able to say this.
Yeah.
So what is Gradle? Gradle are build scripts. So basically, what I mean to say is for running your app right now, that what you have to do is you just have to press the single button. Okay, this is the run button and the app will run. What goes behind the scene is done by Gradle scripts. So basically, there is some code that someone has written, like build in build.gradle. See, this is the file. See, build.gradle file, and these all are other like linked, I would say, files. These all things contain some code, and like behind these also, these are just the minified version of these. There are some codes that are written inside them, which handles how the app will run. You get the point? Like this is so basically Android Studio is basically the UI, and what goes inside these is let's say Java. Let's say Java code only. They run Java code, and then the app will run. I guess it's clear now. Is it clear?
Yeah. So is there a point that we have to edit that file itself,
No, no,
or?
no, no, no. Android team has already given all this code to you. You just have to click this. So whatever goes
Okay.
behind this button click, no, that's in Gradle files.
All right. Fine. Thank you.
Okay. So one thing I want to mention, this is the main Gradle file. There is not much code in this, but this is an important file. I'll talk about this. So this was in the Gradle scripts, and this is the app module. Okay. So you can see that minimum SDK, while we created the app, we chose 21. If someone among you might have chosen 18 or even 25, that will appear over here. And you can change that from here. Let's suppose while making the app, while creating the app, you chose Android level 17 only. Okay, 18, let's say. Then it will, you can easily change it from here, and we'll just write 21. And whenever you change some things in Gradle file, this sync now button will pop up and you have to sync these. So now build.gradle files will run in background and it says configured successfully. If you want to do it 18 or like any version, you can do it from here. This is the target SDK version. Like right now, Android has, I guess, this is the max SDK version Android has, that is 29. That pops up here. Version code isn't necessary. These all things are necessary. This dependency section is important. So while making Android apps, after a certain while let's not take the example of like basic apps such as calculator and all. Those are like really basic apps. For example, let's suppose you are making Flipkart. So there is a lot of code that goes in Flipkart. So some people have created libraries that like they have written a piece of code which you can like use in your apps directly. Okay, so if you want to like add in some library that someone else has written, you have to like mention it over here. So some are already in here. This is set up by Android only. These are some libraries. So these are the basic steps that you need to have in your app. So whenever you need to add something else, you will put it here only. So that's the basic point of dependencies. For example, okay, I'll walk you through one example only. It might be hard for you to understand. Let's example, we are making a camera. Okay, so for Instagram like camera app, there are many filters and all. Like it works in artificial intelligence and all also, as in it detects the faces and all. So for that, you cannot like on your own, you cannot like write all this code. Like you're also capturing writing the code behind capturing button. You're also detecting the face. So sometimes what you have to do is you have to use someone other's code and then you have to implement. So we'll just write implementation. We'll just copy it only. Copy it, and then you can browse the internet and you can find some camera APIs, good APIs, and you can put it over here whenever you want to use it. Today we won't be using it. It's just for like you to understand. So that's the basic part of Gradle. One thing more is left, that is res folder. Okay, I'm deploying my, okay. What is 30? Okay, you said like the max version is 30. Okay. The max Android SDK, as Sarthak says, it's 30. So that's one point you can like notice. This is the drawable. So this is the UI, right? You know, now you know that this is the UI. See now. So let's suppose you want to add a picture in your UI. So whatever picture you have to add in your UI, it comes over here. See, this is one picture. This is second picture. This is the Android picture that already comes with comes bundled with the project. So whenever you have to use pictures, you have to add in over here. Next folder is layout. So as I showed you, the Java file appears here in this com.example dot this folder, and the linked all the layout files comes over here. So you can find your UI over here and the code over here. These are two separate folders. Mipmap isn't necessary right now. Mipmap, what is Mipmap? Basically, when you run your Android app, you have an icon. For WhatsApp, it's different. For Instagram, it's different. So you can add in your app icon over here, and then Android will automatically take that. I guess you have to write 2-3 lines of code for that also. But like this is the icon for your app. And then we have values. We'll be covering that tomorrow, I guess. Now we'll just directly jump and make an app. So first of all, let's just run this app. What we have is hello world. So this is the AVD manager. If you haven't already set up a AVD, as in a phone on your virtual device on your computer, you can set it up from here. And also I talked about USB debugging. I am getting two screens in design part, one white and one. Okay, I'll cover that as well. First of all, let's just run our app. Then I'll cover that this part. I guess you're talking about this part only. This is design. Okay. So on the group, I was talking about USB debug. So if your RAM is like less than 16 GB, you might face many issues while running an AVD because it's a RAM extensive software, I would say. So you can directly connect your USB with your device and it will show up here. Like my phone, just a second, if you can wait. I'll show my device connected. Just a second. See what I've done right now is USB debugging inside my phone is on, and I'm a developer already, as I told you. So now I've connected the USB, and now you can see that my phone appears over here. So it's Poco F1, and it shows over here. If you want to run your app on this phone like this, you have to select this, and if you want to make an AVD, I'll go through the steps once again. So to create a new virtual device, you have to click on this, obviously. Then you have a lot of devices from here. Let's just go with Pixel 2 only. That's a good choice. Click on next. You have these like these versions of API levels of Android. you have Q, Pi, Oreo, and a lot of them. So while I used to do Android, I downloaded this Q version. You can download any of these. You can even download 30th API or like anyone, and click on next. And now it will ask you the name of your AVD. Write anything. I will write pixel to emulator 2. So why did I write 2 after emulator? Because I already have a pixel to emulator. That's why I write 2. And click on finish, and your AVD will appear here. I'll just delete it because I already have pixel to emulator 2. Yes. So this is my pixel emulator 2 created. So if I want to run on pixel 2, I'll select pixel 2 over from here and click on run button. Now in the background, Gradle scripts will work and my phone will pop up here and the app will be loaded. Till then, you have any doubts? I don't get my phone in the options. Okay, so are you a developer already and have you switched on USB debugging? So for that, I think we'll go to Google only. Sorry, I just have to drink some water. I don't get my phone in options. So how to debug this type of issues? Android device not showing up in Android Studio. See, again, Stack Overflow pops up at the first site. As the first site, click on that, and the AVD manager doesn't show my device, but doesn't show. Okay, that's your question. There are a lot of answers here. You have to go through one of them, and then I guess you'll be able to. Like mine showed up. That's why I didn't mention many things. Is it showing up in the PC? So are you, Dhruv, are you asking him or like, are you asking me? Okay. I guess I'll just go close my VS Code. This is Android Studio, and this is my emulator showing up. I have to switch it on. See, the app pops up over here. This is our app. This is the Hello World UI that we have already. This comes up automatically, and this is the Hello World. You cannot do much over here because it just says Hello World. That's why. But like, congrats, it's your first app, so you have successfully made your first app. This is another app I was working on for the workshop. We'll be going through it like tomorrow. It will be a basic calculator. So this is the first app only.
Can you go through it once more? Because I think I just disconnected. I couldn't see the video.
Okay. Fine. So what you have to do is, so are you asking for USB debugging mode or like emulator?
The emulator.
The emulator. Okay. So when you open this, click on Open AVD Manager. The AVD Manager will appear. You have to go to this button, Create Virtual Device. Select anyone, whichever you like, Pixel XL, 2XL, or anyone. I'll go with Pixel 2. Like most of the developers, those who run on AVD, they use Pixel 2 only. And then you have to choose an API level. Anyone which you like, Q, Pi, Oreo. I would say like go with Q only. 30 is really new, and these are old, so go with Q.
Okay.
Anything can work. It's up to your choice. Then you will have a download option over here. I'll just download for you. Okay. See, now it says the download has started. I'll just cancel it because it's a lengthy process. I'll select Q, click on next. You can name your AVD here. Yash, let's just write my name. Yash, MU, later. And these are some settings predefined. You don't have to change them. Click on finish. And your AVD will appear here. See, Yash emulator. And you can run this app on this. That's how you set up your emulator. Okay. How can we get our device if you're not developers? As in, being developer, you just have to switch on developers option in your phone. nothing else. Like you don't have to be like you don't have to have a tag like I'm a developer. Can you also tell once with the external device? Um, okay. I don't know how to show how to screen show my phone from a real phone on Google Meet, but I'll show with this one. Let's go in settings. Where are the settings over here? This is the setting part. I'll just increase the size a bit. See, this is the setting. Now what we go, but what we'll go in is about phone. Now the thing actually, what the actual thing is here, this is already an emulator phone. So about phone, you are already a developer, and that will like I cannot show you through that, but like you have to click on I guess INEI number or what. Wait. See, emulator, mine is a 16 GB PC and still emulator is lagging. So that's why I prefer using normal phone. You click on model hardware now. What is that? So you can, what you can do is, let's suppose you own a OnePlus, like your phone is OnePlus 6. OnePlus 6, USB debugging steps. Let's just write this on Google. And all the like steps will appear here. You can follow these. How to enable USB debugging on OnePlus 6.7. So all the steps will appear here. See, for example, you have to go in developers option. For being a developer, you have to click on about for like 7 times, I guess, 7 or 8 times. Then these developer options will pop up. You have to switch on USB debugging, and also there will be one other option, I guess, to like let your phone install your apps through USB. So that's second option. So you have to tick those two options, and I think you'll be good to go. I'll just address some text again. Then your developer options, okay. So can I like go through UI right now, or like you still are configuring your phones? Guys, anyone?
Yeah, you can continue.
Okay. So this is the UI of the phone. Let's just delete this hello world from here. So what we see here is this is a palette. And first of all, the most important point, most of you will be seeing this blueprint mode or this design plus blueprint mode. So we'll basically most of the people prefer to work in design mode only. These are all widgets. This is a constraint layout. So what does constraint layout mean? You drag this text view over here, and you can add in as many widgets as you want. Let's suppose you want to drag a button over here. Yeah, the button has been dragged. Let's say a video view. So this is like normal. I would say drag and drop. If you have used some design tools like Canva or something, it's simple drag and drop. The main thing that comes over here is constraining. So for example, right now, if I run my app, okay, what it will do is it's without any constraint. See, I'll show you. See, there are no constraints to this constraints given to this text view. That's why it appears in the left top corner of the screen. So this is where text view comes. Now, if you like constraint it, so these are constraints. For example, this widget, you set some rules. Like, for example, let's just constrain it to the right, this to left. You'll see these handles easily on the top and on the bottom. Now, this widget is constrained at the center of the screen. So what it means is, from with this constraint, it shows that it tells the widget that you have to be this much portion down on the screen this much padding from the down, from left and from right. This will center your widget basically. So now when you run again, you can see that this is again. You'll see that the text shows in center. So that's how the constraint thing works. Okay. Anything in chat? Okay. Moving on to Android Studio again. First of all, let's talk about constraints only. This is text view. Okay. This is the attribute panel. So your text view, every widget you put in this UI portion over here will have some ID, some unique ID. Let's just write my view. You can give in any ID you want and it will pop up over here. The ID will be changed. Now the text, you want to change the text of the, let's say, hi, this is my first Android app. So this is the text that shows up here. You can change any number of properties from here. Like, for example, if you want the color to be blue, we'll set the color to be dark. You want the text to be bold, that can be done from here. So this is all about design. You want to center this, it will be centered. Now comes the text size. So in Word and all Canva and stuff, in Photoshop and everything, we have simple digits like 14, 15, 16, 18, 32. In Android, it's SP. What is SP? As full form of SP is, I guess, pixel something. You can Google it. The SP full form Android. So see, SP versus DP. It's scalable pixels. So it's a unit of like your text size. The text size will be here is 18 SP. Now, when you run this app again, and one thing more I would like to say, let this run. See, all the changes are appear over here. So, for example, there are two buttons. One is to run the app, and another one is to apply some changes. Basically, apply some changes works when you change some Java code. Whenever you change some UI, you have to restart your app. So that's the restart button because it has to again render the UI. But for example, you are coding some Java related to the widget, and you have added some new functions. So then you can easily click apply button and like apply changes, and it's faster than restarting the app because of obvious reasons. So that's how widgets work. Anything in chat? Okay, is it clear till now? I know, guys, the
Yes.
time is getting like we have already done 2 hours. I'll just add in 2-3 things and we'll join into one. So as I showed you, this is the text view. Constraints also done. Now what we'll do is we'll see there are two things. One is layout width, one is layout height. This is wrap content. Wrap content, what it means is, this is see, when you see, this is a container, the blue box. So this means the blue box will be it's like wrap content. Whatever the size of this content is, the blue box will be around that only. For example, if we change to match constraints, see, match constraint means that it will take the size according to its parent. So now the parent is the whole app to this app. So it has taken the full length of the, or like full width of the screen. So that's how it works. You can see these over here, and now you know the difference between wrap content and match constraints. Yeah, I guess so. And this is how you change the margins. So right now what you can see is this is constrained to the extreme left and the extreme right corners. Now you want to add a margin to this, you'll simply type 24. Any value you can type in, I'll just type 24. And now you can see that there is a margin between this. You can also click on background. You can see in the background color of this. Let's just go with light blue, really light blue, and it will be applied. See, now hot restart, and the app will show its changes. So I guess should we continue tomorrow? Like from tomorrow we'll be making apps only. So this was like the basics of it. So shall we start tomorrow? Or like you want some app to build right now? I guess tomorrow is a better option because you have learned a lot today, Java as well as Android. So introduction to it. So what do you guys say? Tomorrow sounds good. Yes, I also think tomorrow sounds good. My voice is also getting hoarse. Okay, so I'll be uploading some, like if you want some Java code, I'll send it to you like for reference. You already have the REPL code, but like if you want some reference links, I'll share it. Okay, so cool, we'll meet tomorrow then. I'll convey time and all to you tomorrow only and we'll meet. Okay, thank you for joining you guys.
Thanks, Yash.
Like you can leave now, there's nothing left. Okay.